Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Let me get this thing going. Let's get our theme music in play. Let's make sure that everything is coming up in the live. We are live. Welcome, bow betters. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Welcome, getting eaten alive here. We're gonna do a lot of multitasking today. Oh, the music's too loud. Hold on, let me lower it here. That's my theme music, people. That's my theme music. Yeah, so I lowered the music. I know we're live, which is good. Pick it up a little bit. Hey, yeah, so welcome. As the title states, we're gonna be smoking a punch cigar today, Dad's home movie cigar. So we'll see how this cigar turns out, right? I'm hearing myself talk and it's sort of annoying, and there's a little delay, so we can't actually do this. And I really don't need the headphones or the output to be with the headphones, but it's sort of good. So welcome. Yeah, the Punch Dad's Home Movies. It is an Ecuadorian broadleaf wrapper with, I believe, a lot of Nicaraguan innards. I did a slight sort of research on it. I normally don't do that. I didn't get it at a whim. It was a recommendation from my guy over there at Norwood Royal Cigars. Like, he already knows my taste. If he's impressed by it, I thought that he might have just been pushing it for promo, right? Because Punch is a big brand. It's a new kind of blend for them, I think. And it just seemed a little like a novelty cigar, right? Like, it comes packaged in these 5 packs or even 10 packs that look like VHS tapes or larger cassette tapes with VHS tapes. So I thought it was a little sort of gimmicky to an extent, right? But here, I'm gonna do something else here while I can. Reverse this. I'm gonna be doing some video just of the cigar. And yeah, so do a little video there of that. Sorry, no one's in the chat anyways, as usual. Right? Yeah, Dad's Home Movies. Punch made by Punch. This it's on Cantrella or whatever it's called. Yeah, so the first thing we're gonna do, let me take this thing out, is I'm gonna put, and we'll put it on me here. We'll put it on me, guys. How is my theme music? Don't need that. We don't need that. Let's put it on me. Yeah, what's up, people? Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke, where we discuss fine cigars. It's your boy, Roberto, discussing the best cigars, discussing MMA picks. And if you were on my picks this week, which we did a couple, you would have lost. I actually was on AJ McKee, who lost, and I picked the Brazilian guy to possibly knock out Ngannou. And he was just too passive, right? I didn't watch the McKee fight. I was working and busy, but hey, before I get started, first sort of product review, or yeah, those of you with knee pain, big knee pain, these gel packs, right? You get them for like $10 on Amazon. Perfect. You take this, like, you put it on your knee. Like, I can't even raise my, let me lower the camera here. Yeah, so you put it on your knee like this, right? Boom, facing this way, right? Bam. we do that, and then what you do, just like professionals, shrink wrap. I buy some of this just for this purpose, like a whole roll of it, to shrink wrap it over it. So I make sure I got like it crossed. And again, this brand is Torex, if you want to know the brand. And they're on Amazon. But if you have a bad knee, which I have a bad knee, I couldn't make it to work today because of the knee. And I've been icing it all day and warming it. Go around once. Oh shit! Damn it! I did that thing again. Did it again. My finger got in the way because I was focused on other shit. I'm gonna break it off right here, and then I'm gonna peel this sucker. So yeah, we got a little, at least it's on there. So we gotta start. Boom. Boom. And then I'm gonna cut across. Get this straight, or else you lose the whole wrap. All right, boom. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Yeah, there we go, we got it solid again. So boom, and I'm not gonna show you on camera. Actually, I put this, and the other product review I have is my massage gun. You're gonna hear that throughout this. Wrapping the knee. And I should actually wrap another one on it. And I'm probably going to do another one because it feels, yeah, so it looks like this. Shrink wrap it. Hit it with the massage gun a little later on. Not a sponsor, but things work great on your hands, right? Hands right here. Good on the feet. I don't know why I didn't get one of these massage guns years ago. Really needed one of those things, but yeah. Good thing to get, guys, massage gun. Let's see if there's still anybody in the chat. And let me put this other chair over here. And I'll be doing this in a little bit of a side position. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Boom. How does that look? Oh, double rocking chair. So we'll light up the cigar. We'll have the cigar. Welcome, Bow Butters. Yeah, it doesn't feel that cold, which is scary, because it was freezing. Can't be seen drinking cheap beer. I guess I was caught anyways. Yeah, see, you can see it a little bit. I got caught. Watch check. I've been falling in love with my Orient Open Heart, mainly because it matches the Clark shoe boots that I wear often, and it matches well with the belt that I have on. And man, the mosquitoes are like, and it just feels good. Has a nice luxurious look to it, even though I think this one was it $230? I think it was in that range, so just over $200 for this lovely dress watch. And I'm falling in love with the Open Heart even more and more. Like, I watch it sometimes, I look at it, and it's something corny, but the Open Heart on this one, this Orient, positioned at the 9, which I like, rather than the center or at the 3 or at the 6 mark. At that 9 mark, it just seems appropriate. But it's an elegant case back, exhibition case back. I put it on this nice leather strap that matches, like I mentioned, it matches the belt, right? See, it matches the belt color. right? It matches the belt color, and it matches the color of the shoes. So they all go together. Oh, yeah. It's your boy, Roberto, back at it again with another episode of Sip and Smoke. Sip and smoke, people. Smoke. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be able to do the job that I'm doing right now. Because my knee, it really is bad. And there's no real recovery time. Like you're back at it the next day. And it just, yeah, it's problematic. I might be, my labor career might just be over. Even light labor, because this isn't even hard labor. It's constant movement, and that's just it. Constantly getting in and out of a truck, constantly going up and down from a bucket, and then the amount of walking I do all day. I'm just on my feet almost the whole day. Almost. There's a lot of driving to it as well, but here, let me get the lighting more appropriate, guys. The lighting closer to me, get it brighter. Light up the spot. Welcome, Boppers. It's your boy, Roberto Lopez, with another episode of Sip and Smoke. That's right, Sip and Smoke. Man, they bit my head. They bit my neck. They bit my feet. I've been bit all over here, guys. It's your boy, back at it again, lighting up the spot. Oh man, that's bright. That is bright. That is a bright light. But that's okay. It is what it is, guys. Again, I'm going to be in this position because I'm elevating my knee on a chair here, right? So I'm at this awkward angle, but that's okay. It's a boy. Actually, I just shouldn't even bother to filming. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat, which there never is. There never is anyone in the chat. No, there isn't. So let's talk about this cigar. This Dad's Home Movies. I saw another reviewer discussing it, and where he had mentioned that it smelled really funky, and it gave off a very ammonia-like scent, or on the nose of hints of an ammonia. And the problem there is, what he doesn't realize, which he should, he's a big-time cigar reviewer, is that when you're getting it out of the box and out of the cello, it's coming directly from the factory, right? You have to give your cigars, like this cigar, because of that, and to his credit, because he gave that advice, and then I opened the cello and I smelled the same thing, like, oh, this just needs to breathe a little bit. It needs to get out, because it's from the factory, it's put in the box. If you're to smoke it, even something that's in the box, I don't want to open the box fresh and just grab cigars out of it to smoke. They're going to need a day or two to open up and breathe, almost like a wine. It's going to need to dissipate a lot of that fermentation, because it is the fermentation. It is a little bit of an ammonia-like scent, but it isn't ammonia. And now this thing smells so much better. Just 2 days out of the cellophane. No, 3 days. I'm sorry, 3 days out of the cello. Now it has that jungle smell. It is funky, but it's not. It doesn't have that ammonia like note to it that he was mentioning. It doesn't have that when you smell it, like, oh, you smell the fermentation. Now you really do smell what's supposed to be there for you, the product of the fermentation. Very strong earthiness. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be I could tell it's going to be a good cigar. I think I hate the novelty of the branding of it being, patterned after, VHS tapes, and it just looks corny. It just has this very corny labeling to it. But the cigar itself, beautiful color, deep, rich brown, the color that I love. I think my guy made another good recommendation, and the band on this thing removes so easily. I'm gonna leave. Should I leave it on for a while, or should I just take it off? If it comes off, I'm gonna take it off. Ooh, it came up, but it took a little bit of the cap. Yeah, look at how big. I don't know. There's like a lot of these manufacturers are making these big ass bands nowadays. Yeah, it took a little of the cap off, but that's okay. We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Dad's home movies. Took the whole band off. Why the hell not? Should have left it on. You know, because when you're smoking it, you want to like represent what it is. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know, it doesn't want to go back on that easily, so it's done. We're taking it off. I took it off rather than kept it on. But it's still a nice band. I'm going to leave it like that. Hopefully I could leave it at that. I'll take it in there. I'm going to use my trusty old V cutter. Oh my God, the mosquitoes got me so fucking good today, and they're still getting me. And I have this Centrella candle, one of those candles, going, but it is not helping. So I'm going to do the V cut. I think this should have deserved a straight cut, but I'm going to do the trusty old V cut. My old dollar store, not dollar store, but Benny's $1 cutter. Push that in there. Boom. Yeah, you know, it's a little small of a cut. That might be enough. Man, I can see the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are just everywhere, man. Wow. They are fierce. Fierce. I got, and they're, get away. I could see them coming to my leg already. Oh. Man, I got a couple bites when I had actually my socks and shoes on. They were like coming through and got me in my sock. But as always, yeah. Away, always like char it away from, you know, the flame. Ooh, this lighter turned out to be really good lighter. Really good lighter. In fact, I don't need the headphones, so I'm going to take the headphones off because I hate having headphones on myself. Although, like I said, it blocks out some of the other sounds here. But once I finish charring and toasting this cigar, and you guys see where I'm at with it? You see how far away it is? Right? It's a lot of fuel I use, yes, but it gets lit. It gets lit the way I like it. Right? Nice. All around. Nice and toasty. Then toast the center a bit. Oh, I can see it. Bam. I can see it toasting. Toast the center a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. Now this thing's lit already. Let's get that first impression, that first taste. Clear my palate. I wish I had some Pellegrino. I should have had some Pellegrino water. My humidor guy doesn't fail. Does not fail to give me good recommendations. And despite the corny packaging, this is a fucking excellent cigar. Great earthy character, a little hint of coffee, chocolate, nuts, very, very complex. Oh, it's got that macadamia flavor in it. Wow. Oh my God, such a good cigar. Very rich. I wonder if I should get. Now I'm gonna leave it with the smaller cut there. It deserves to be a little fuller. I find it fighting, so I might do a cross tea then. I might add a little cut to it here. I rarely, if ever, do this. I don't recommend it, but it's not impossible since it's new. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I fucked up, guys. Don't do that. Don't ever do that when you've already smoked it. Don't do that cut again. That was a mistake. It's gonna be all right, but don't do that. It's just the cap that it damaged, but it could damage the cigar. I should have known better. That was a big mistake, but I needed to open it up a little bit more. It deserves to be. The draw's a little tight, and I'm wanting to get. I want it. I love it has no spice. It has no pepper, no white pepper. It's a little there, like a little hint of something, something, but it's a really rich, robust, strong, earthy. The finish of the nut, like macadamia or walnut, is just fabulous for this type of cigar to have that finish. I'm pleasantly surprised. I would have thought it had a lot more pepper or something more of a spicier palate. Uh, um, yeah, a spicier palate or flavor set, and it really isn't. It's more of rich cocoa or chocolate, rich coffee, earth, and that nice nutty finish. Like, man, it's like that's why you got to let the cigar breathe. You can't just like grab a cigar straight out the box and expect it to be ready to smoke. It just isn't. You got to give it a day or two out of the cellophane. Even take it out of the cello, let it breathe a little bit, and that's what happened with this cigar. And I think it allowed the cigar to be more true to what its character and to the blend, right? So that's just helped the cigar. Excellent aroma. The aroma is pleasant. It's soft. And man, the flavor, very flavorful cigar. Like this, despite the corny packaging, it's actually really good. Like, I don't know where or why they packaged this particular cigar in the way that they did. I think it gets to a market, yeah, that 80s Generation X guy like myself, but to an extent, they should have put this in a more elegant packaging. The packaging should have been a little bit more elegant. Should have been more a testament to what the tobacco really is, which is a damn really good cigar. The finish, guys, the finish on the cigar, for it just lighting just fresh, having no pepper, no spice, is fabulous. You can't believe how rare that is. And even some very good cigars, usually that has that little bit, that stronger pepper sort of start to it. And this didn't have that at all. And the plain pass, like, it doesn't have that at all. It's like, man, it's just so good. Like, you could really, like, oh, there's a fucking mosquito right on my toe. Fucker was about to bite my toe. Who bites a toe? Goddamn mosquito biting the toe. And they don't care about this Coachella fucking goddamn candle. This candle is not doing a damn thing. Put it over here. Candle's not doing a damn goddamn thing. We've gotten so many bites. Oh my God. Mosquitoes in fucking October, near November. We got mosquitoes out here. Excellent burn. It's not a full draw. I'm a little disappointed in the draw, but I'm not disappointed in the flavors. Hint of chocolate. That lovely little slight, yeah, hint of chocolate sweetness to it. I'm very surprised about this cigar. I mean, it looked good when I was looking at the leaf. I'm like, man, this is a nice looking leaf. Nice, deep, rich brown texture to it. Like it's an Ecuadorian broadleaf. It's a nice wrap. The wrapper has nice flavor. That chocolate with that finish of a macadamia nut or walnut. I mean, really amazing. More like the macadamia, which is a fabulous combination. Fabulous combination. Man, I'm really, really love this cigar already. Oh my goodness. The sweet finish. I've not had this on a broadleaf that have that sweet note so much. I mean, so pronounced and so resounding in the cigar. Very rare. Man, this is a very good cigar. And can it age? I think so. I think you could sit on this, but I think it's ready to smoke now. I think it's ready to smoke now. It doesn't need any aging. It's perfect. Like it's ready to go. It doesn't. I don't think aging will help this cigar whatsoever. In fact, it'll hurt it. Your cigar you buy in that fancy little crazy little box they got. Ugh. Right? Yeah, you buy it in that little box they got. Take them out to cellos. Let them breathe. And then go from there. Very white ash. And the placation's a little different. It's tight. I think it's tightly rolled, and it feels light. And I know that sounds like a weird observation. The tobacco, the cigar itself just feels very light. And I wonder if that's something, maybe it's just maybe the even though it's a broadleaf, maybe some of the fillers, even though they're a genuine full leaf filler, there are dare I say maybe even a lower grade, like thinner leaf, like in terms of like hold on here. In terms of like what the output was, right? Yeah, in terms of like what the output, man, the flavors, like going back to the flavors on this, guys, really, really nice cigar. It might be in the 9 Club. Might be in the 9 Club. Might be in the 9 Club. No one's still in my chat. Test. I think I could hear it. Test again, or yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised by this cigar. Dad's Home Movies, guys. Go out and get some of this stuff. Time to Smoke Now. It's one of those cigars you take the wrapper off, the band off, and you give it to somebody that smokes cigars. They'll be like, "Damn, that was really good." They're not going to say it's a Cuban or anything, but they were like, "Damn, that's a damn good cigar." And this cigar was in that $11 price point, so it's not really that cheap. Unfortunately, it's not just because of taste, but I need to go to Binny still and even look at JRs, to frequently look at JRs and look at like their clearance and look at some of the cigars that are on sale, because sometimes you'll get some gems. Like I got those gems, like the Alec and Bradley Nicaraguan blend. those Rocky Patel, San Andreas, like Mexican broadleaf that were on sale. I got some nubs that were on sale, like some stuff that was on clearance that was like a really, really good price. And I recommend doing that even, yeah, sometimes it's just, still need to, I like supporting my local guy. And what's good there is that, they give you points. I bought like $86 and I got like six cigars. Was it 6 or 7? I think it was 6 cigars at $86, and I had a $50 credit, so I paid $36 for those cigars because I had a credit. So I paid $36 for these 6 cigars, and this was one of them, and I think this was $10.80, and all of them were in that near $10. One of them was $18. I bought a the Pomodoro Connecticut on recommendation of Smoke 808. My Hawaiian guy, man, he's busting out some good videos. His shorts are excellent. They're in Hawaii. He's getting some good cigars too. He's definitely got some good taste, and he's got some aloha. He's got a great vibe to him. I love watching his videos. I watch his videos, and I'm getting jealous of the quality of the videos as well as the quality of cigars and the quality of life being in Hawaii. And he's a native Hawaiian, so he knows what it's all about. Like, I'm getting jealous how beautiful everything comes together in his craft, as well as just enjoying cigars. It's just nice to enjoy cigars in that environment and be at peace and aloha with it. I think that despite like what the history of cigars and what I know of the history of cigars and the other cultural aspects of tobacco and smoke, the way that he does, I think, honors that. It honors what traditional indigenous values are with smoke. It was supposed to be a relaxing, meeting of two people, of sharing and of gratitude to the land and to life. And I think he really, like his videos, even though you may not notice it and doesn't like resound obviously to a lot of people, to me, that's what I get from it. It's like, that's why I feel jealous. It's like, man, that's living the life, when you're living the life when everything comes together and you're at peace and you're smoking a cigar and you're enjoying it and you have the flavors and the environment and everything's coming together and you're appreciating the land and you're appreciating the earth and you're appreciating the community of people, and then you're happy, right? Like, that is the best part of smoking. That's like that's the real nirvana or enlightenment of life, or being woke, if you even want to put it that way. Hmm. Yeah, guys, this is in the nine club. This is in the 9 club for sure. Surprisingly, I, he recommended it, and I gave him a sort of a side eye, like, you're gonna recommend this, somewhat novelty like cigar to me. I gave him a little, like, I didn't know. It's like, I took it right away. I took it. Like, anything that he says that, like, hey, try this, try that, because he already knows, like I mentioned, like, that's the best advantage, the best thing about going to a cigar shop where there's a guy that, like, when I walked in, it hadn't been a while because, I was not, financially buying cigars or anything, and I was smoking through the stuff that I smoked, so it had been a while, and right away he recognized, he's like, hey, it's been a while, man, yeah. So it had been a while. It's so close that I don't even have to buy, I could go there on a whim and just buy one cigar and then put that out for you guys for a review. I really should be doing that more often. And because what I'm finding is that, like, I'm buying these cigars and I love aging. I love bringing cigars into vintage. I mean, that's sort of my tradition and what I really always loved doing, because I used to do that both as a cigar salesman as well as an aficionado, is taking, for example, like those Rocky Patel San Andreas cigars that I bought on sale. Like, they were cheap. They're like $5 a piece or whatever. And now Like they've been in my cigar, in my humidor for like over a year. They taste so fucking good. I don't want to smoke them. And if I sold them, which I don't anymore, but if I sold them, I'd sell them for triple the price. I'm like, nah, or if not more, I'm like, you got to give me $20 for this cigar. If I sold them, I would try to sell them for like $20 a piece. Because number one, you can't get that blend anymore. Number two, I've aged them for 2 years, right? So I've taken the time. And number three, they're fucking really good. So you pay for that kind of shit. So what sucks now is that, my homeboy that I used to smoke cigars with, he's in Europe. And even here, like the people that, like, I don't have that community of people like to be able to not brag, but also to like, okay, I got this, to bring out something that is unique, that I've aged, that I've kept for a while, like, just like a bottle of wine or a nice bottle of wine, you have it. And wine is a lot different to an extent. Yeah, I love the way the cigar is burning and the light here. It has a beautiful hue to it. It has a light placation. It's a very light roll. And I love feeling the balance, like in this automatic watch. I love the feel of this Orient. Like it has, like you could feel the movement moving. It sounds redundant, of course, because it is redundant. But there's a balance wheel in there that when it moves, it actually winds the watch itself. So it'll keep actually like time without having to wind this here. And I also love that you're not going to hear, let me hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. I love that sound as well. But yeah, I've been loving this watch now more and more. Mm. So light, excellent little earthy, that sweet finish, guys, is amazing. I'm so, I am like dumbfounded how the finish is on the cigar. Little light milk chocolate with that like milk chocolate with nut and earth. Really, really soft. Not super, even though it's a dad cigar, it's like that. It's not super pungent. It has a beautiful look to it. I don't know what this other dude who's making a review on it. I think it's because he didn't open it up. He grabbed it from the box, grabbed it from the cellar, lit it up, so it was still all fermented. All that fermentation, all that aging process was still enveloped into the cigar, and it didn't have time to breathe, just like a wine. You break open the wine, you grab a little bit, you toss it in the glass a little bit, you give it time to open up. You don't, like, even you set it in the glass, just let it sit down for a while. Let it open up, let it breathe. And I think it's the same with cigars, same thing. If you intend to smoke it, a day before you're gonna smoke it, if it's in a cellar, I need to do that more often. A lot of times I do these pieces and I still have them in the cellar for aging purposes. Now I keep them in the cello for aging purposes, even though I've learned that mold still can get through your cellos. Even though you got cellos, you could still mold, and negative flavors can happen from it. I prefer to put them in the cellos now or remain them in the cellos now. I've changed my opinion on that. But I ain't gonna get no mold because I love looking at my cigars. It's like, I love looking at my silver. I love looking, I don't, actually the watches I don't really look at, and I don't keep up with them. I let them sort of just, when I wear them, I'll let them there. But sometimes I like looking at my silver or my gold coins, and I just like holding them and spinning them and, just looking at them. I keep a couple gold and silver coins in my desk just to occasionally look at, like, hey, I might be broke, but I have this $200 right here. Or this is $30 right here. Right? It's just sometimes you might not have a penny or a dollar in your wallet, but you have a few grand in gold coins. or in gold. It's nice to look at, and it's not a chain. It's actually like worth more than the chain. Worth more than your $1,000 gold chain, but it's only worth like $200, $300. Yeah, that earth start, very rich, hints a little coffee with a nice milk chocolate finish. The nut is not as there right now as much as the start was, but for as deep and rich as this cigar looks, I'm amazed how light it is. I gotta go get another beer, people. I hear my neighbor's dog. She's so fast. She's so fast. She's so fast. She's so fast. You're so fast. I say, I hear you. I hear you. You're so fast. What a good dog. You're so fast. Man, that dog's in great shape. That's one strong dog. Would have been a good guard dog. Would have been a good guard dog. Guard. Yeah. Ooh. What are you doing? What are you doing? I hear you. I hear you. Good girl. Thank you. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Come on. I think she's even getting stronger. Oh, yes. She sounds like she's a horse. What a beautiful dog. Amazing, amazing. I love animals. You guys caught me with my cheap beer today. Exposing myself drinking cheap beer with a decent cigar, with a great cigar. It's so weird how light the cigar is. Still nobody in the chat. Ugh, that's why sometimes, like, I'm not making the content that I can make. Is like, because I was telling people before, like, I would take hours to make some of the videos I would make and get like 23 views, right? And I get the live portion, like why I'm not, and it because it is more of a personality thing. But at the same time, it's like not going to put in that kind of effort when I just don't have the viewership and I'm not getting there in viewership. It's not growing. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I could change it up. We've changed it up. We got plenty of types of videos here. I'm just here live right now. Like, I was gonna smoke the cigar anyway, so might as well give a cigar review. That other cigar reviewer just missed the mark on this cigar. What happens is, like, your first impression is that nose impression. And you take it out of the box, you take it out of the cello, and if it smells funky, it has that ammonia smell, which I smelled it too. Right away I smelled it, and I'm like, oh, all this needs to do, I'm not going to smoke it today. I'm going to smoke it a few days from now. It just needs to sit and open in the humidor by itself. What I have now is a smoking tray where I have it dividers like these. They're separated. The cigars are separated so they don't come in contact with each other. And that's where I decello cigars that I'll smoke the next coming week or in the next 2 weeks. Like, so I'll decello them and I'll put them in the smoking tray so I don't have to dig through the boxes that I have to find a cigar to smoke. I already know what I'm going to smoke and it's in my smoking tray or two smoke tray. Should just call it the two smoke tray. And it's in that tray. And man, I think he's growing some weed over there. And yeah, I'll put it in the two smoke tray and let the cigars breathe in there. Take them out of the cellos, let them breathe in there, and that's the way I do it. And then in addition to this dividers, I kept some cedar wrappers. I have cedar wrappers from these Tubo cigars that my friend gave me that were empty. Like, he kept these aluminum Tubos for like 30 years for whatever reason, but so I threw the aluminum part out because they were all in a small petite Corona size. But I took out all the cedar from them, all the cedar line in them, and I put them in a box, and they're in my humidor, right? I put them in a box in the humidor, and then when I decello the cigars, I put them in that cedar. Even though the cedar might not have, they're so old, I don't know if the cedar provides any contribution to them, but at least it helps me in additional separation from the other cigars, right? Like, they're already separated from space and there's spacers in there. So anybody that, like, if you have those, you buy some cigars and they have like those cigars, like cedar line trays that like separate the cigars, keep that shit for your humidor. Keep that stuff, man. Don't throw that. Or if you find it someplace or you find a box with them, keep that, because that way you could do what I'm doing. Or I keep certain cigar boxes that are genuine cedar that are not plywood, and you could tell the difference because a lot of the cigar boxes that are being made now are not cedar. They're all plywood. They're like just and very cheap plywood at that. So keep those boxes, and if they have those cigar separators, I use that in my cigar tray, right? And then line the cigars with cedar, and so they're additionally separated, and then just leave them there for however long you want to, because right now my top level of the refrigerator humidor is at 77% because I had to rehumidify everything. And it's a big amount of space. So 77% is pretty good in there. And most of the cigars are in humidors in addition to their boxes. So I don't mind that 77%. And then below, I have sealed boxes at 86%. But those are all boxes that are in tupperdoors as well as in, they're sealed manufactured, straight from the manufacturer. They haven't been opened yet. So leaving them at the 86% doesn't bother me, because who knows how much is getting through there anyways, right? Like, so any advice on the frigidor or humidor maintenance is I'm happy to accept, but for now, right, everything is very good in terms of like what the humidor is doing. I need to purchase, and I will purchase the cigar humidification meter, which is, great. It's great to have. I think it's more of a novelty. I already know, like, looking at the cigar, feeling at the cigar, it's going to smoke well. And most of the cigars coming out of my humidor are going to smoke well. So having that meter there again, it's a nice novelty, but it's not necessary. And then I also have, the other thing I have, because humidification units are so cheap, I have 2 humidification units in each section of my fridge humidor, and they read very similarly. So that's the other thing I've done. So I have redundancy of getting how accurate the humidity is in multiple humidification units, right? And humidification units are a dime a dozen. I think I bought like these 2 small discs for $10. My buddy just happened to have one in the vintage cigars that he gave me, so I just plugged in some new batteries, and that one's a good one because it has both temperature and humidity, and I have another temperature monitor on the top half, so everything's doing really good. in terms of my cigar storage is fine. In fact, it's fabulous. And if anything, it's just more of that's the thing is like how long do I hold on to these cigars, right? Like I would say it's good that I like being a cigar collector. I like it because even though I could go to Norwood Rural Cigars and probably buy a box that is almost as old as the one that I have, because I ask them when I buy a box, I'm like, I want the oldest box you have, and the guy knows how to read the UPC labels that they put on their cigars to know which ones, which batch is the oldest cigar that he might have. So again, listen to your tobacconist. Look at, there's another plane coming by. Move. Yeah, listen, like that's the best part of having a relationship with and going to a genuine cigar shop and having a relationship with them is they know what they're doing. They know everything around them. Did I show you guys? I still haven't smoked one of those, and I have to do a piece on them. And I have some vintage Dunhill Maduros, and I've seen like some views that people have done reviews of them. They have to be already. They were sitting in his. I paid above retail. Like I mentioned this before. I think he ripped me off for him. Not ripped me off, but he charged me the vintage price for them. You know, but at least he offered them to me. He's like, "Hey, you worked at Dunhill. You want these old cigars?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I think he charged me a little bit more than what they originally retailed, but that's to be expected. That's the last box. Who doesn't have any more of those? I have them. Dunhill doesn't make any more of those, and they're Maduros, and I got a box of those, and they're just sitting there. And I've yet to do the review on them, and I'm going to do it soon. Again, the tough part of those reviews is that you won't be able to purchase that cigar. So I try to do reviews of like Dad's VHS movies, Punch, right? Dad's home movies, fucking fabulous. Nine Club, guys. 9 Club, 9 Club. It makes the 9 Club very smokable, excellent aroma, complex flavor palette, great construction, little tight on the draw, little light, but still excellent. The palette set, the palette, the flavor, the notes on each of the flavors is really, really just, man, look at that big ass mosquito on my screen. Holy fuck. Kill that fucker. Get the fuck out of here. That was a big ass fucking mosquito. Yeah, the complexity of the cigar. Finally got that hint of that ammonia that the guy was talking about. But that's on the retro inhale, like I was drinking and something else. And what I really like about it, I'm having a cheap beer with it, cheap like malt beer, very bad beer, gets you fucked up though. Um, and oh, the wrapper looks like it's coming off a big weird vein into another weird vein. So hopefully it burns. It's going to be tough to burn through the nub of this, but the flavors are still very pronounced through, even after having a very pungent beer, after a very like non-fruity, non-IPA that has fruit or any other sort of secondary flavor, like a strong, like this is a traditional German beer that I'm having, or even a Polish beer, which I like. I like the Tiskis. I like the Polish beers because of strength and it has a lot of hop to it. This cigar still, that sweet characteristic still shines through. It still is pronounced. It's still there as one of the flavor sets. So that's kudos to the cigar. Like really, really good flavor. Guy never steers me wrong. You know, like a lot of the cigars that I've been reviewing are because of this guy over there at the humidor. The Murcielago, the no, that Liga Privada, like that was just like everybody knows that cigar. The Stillwell, the Dunbarton Stillwell series, he turned me on to those. And I'm gonna do a review of I have the Stillwell 22, and I think I did the 32 or the 26. Like it was the one with the Perique, and they all have like pipe tobacco. And so I bought another one of those, and I didn't realize like the 32 that I bought is like a $22 cigar. I'm like, I wanted to go and get a box of them. But I asked the owner, and he sort of heard his business to that extent. I was like, hey, how are these cigars to age? And he's like, I don't know how they, and I agreed with him because they have that pipe tobacco. Like, I don't know how well they would age. Like, I think they're meant to smoke now, and they still are. Just the Stillwell Stars, guys, highly recommend those cigars. Like, that blend, if you're a cigar smoker, like a genuine cigar smoker, give those a try. If you like something that's a little stronger, more of a stronger flavor set, give those a try. Man, no pepper, I love that cigar with no spice, with the sweet finish, with a dark cigar like this. That's why it's a 9.2, 9.2, 9.3. Like no 9.2. I think it could have a better placation. It could have a better draw, and a fuller body. Like it has a lighter body. This is more of a medium-bodied cigar. So 9.2, but still in the 9 club. Still fabulous, and there's still nobody in the chat. So that's another thing, even about doing these lives, which is a challenge, is that I have to fucking talk, talk and talk and talk and talk. You know, I'm not like Trump over here. I don't fucking like hearing myself for 2 fucking hours. You know, it's nice to have some questions, or nice to have other people that might actually say something. And a lot of the other cigar people that go live and people that are live have that ability, or they're with other people, so they're able to bounce ideas and things off each other. And I don't have that, so it's tough. It's tough, guys. It's not easy. But yeah, I'm really worried about my knee. I know you guys don't really give a shit about that. Nobody's here. If you've made it this far, you are about better. We're really just doing a cigar review today. We are not discussing MMA because nobody's in there discussing MMA. Like my picks from the week before were good. Rafa Garcia did lose. He was one of my dog picks, my Brandon Royval pick. I was worried because I saw the beginning of the fight, and then I didn't see the end. I didn't actually see the last rounds, and I was like, man, he's being dominated. He's just being backpacked by this guy, and I knew that would happen. But I guess in the third and the fourth and fifth rounds, that like Tiada's wrestling just didn't pay off anymore, and Royval was able to tee off on him, and I guess knocked him out. I think he knocked him out, but that bet cashed. So, you know, told you guys that, you know, sometimes you follow my picks, you're going to make some money. Thankfully, I didn't make any of my picks public for this past weekend because I was on all losers except for LZ Reed. LZ Reed was my pick, and my boy said, "No, don't fucking parlay girls." I wanted to parlay her with Fluffy, and what I should have done, and I did have that opportunity, was when Fluffy got knocked down and he was getting his ass kicked that first round and his number dropped, I should have jumped on him. I should have jumped on Fluffy after round 1. And I knew better not to do that. And I just didn't think about it at the time. I was just so focused on my job and work that I just didn't place that bet, because that would have been the bet to place. Because I knew Pieta was going to gas. It was gas, I just mentioned that. But those first 2 rounds, he's so dangerous. Man, we're only at the halfway point with this cigar, and it's just really good. Really good smoke. I liked it as a nice slow burn. Again, thank you to, get his name, I gotta get his name, at Norwood Park Royal Cigars here in Chicago. If you're here in Chicago, it's the best. Yeah, there's Uptown Tobacco. I think Norwood is actually better than Uptown. I've been at Uptown for years and years and years. Uptown might have some of the better Padrones, maybe. I'd say that this guy, he gets his share. Don V gets he's got his own cigar there. He's known in the cigar world. He gets Norwood Park Royal Cigars is a cigar shop in the Chicagoland area. Best humidor, best service, best quality. You know what I learned there, and I couldn't believe it? A guy had bought a cigar, I guess, the day prior, and the cigar, he didn't cut it or anything, and the cigar was like unraveling a little bit, had some kind of imperfection in it. No questions asked. He's like, what? Like, I was there, I was watching him. He's like, what do you want to do? Do you want your money back? Do you want another cigar? Do you want another one of this one? What is it you want to do? And the guy was like, yeah, I want another one of these cigars, and I want to try it. And he was like, no questions asked. Like, didn't ask, like, hey, even though it was one day, it's like, who knows if the guy stored it poorly, if he left it in the car. He didn't harass. He didn't fucking. Man, I was like, are you serious? You're taking that? I'm like, I was like, you honor that? He's like, yeah, if it's my cigar, and if there's something that is an imperfection, I think that's on the manufacturer, or something that I think that shouldn't happen, because he looked at it and he knows. He's like, no questions asked. He's gonna take the cigar back, and he's gonna give the guy. Ooh, my lenses are dirty as fuck. He's gonna give. I need my cleaner. Where's my lens cleaner? I don't have it here. He's gonna give. Like, he accepted the return a cigar, which I would used to never do. I mean, unless it was one of my good clients, you know what I mean? If it's somebody I didn't really know, and this guy, I don't know if he was a good client or not. Ooh, that's disgusting. I got to get some lens cleaner. That is not good. A lot of oil there. When I go back down, I get some lens cleaner. I got some new stuff. I got some new lens cleaners. Man, that is some gook. Much better. How come you guys didn't tell me that my lenses were so friggin' dirty? Yeah, so now the ice is really like, it's done, but it just wrapping there, the compression still sort of helps. I'm gonna take it off here in a little bit and massage myself. Massage my other part of my knee while I'm out here talking to you guys. Fun MMA fact, guys. You know who helped develop these? Is George GSP, George St. Pierre, and for us, Rob Font. That was another big victory, man. He's over there at TriStar now, which is interesting. For us, is a legit coach. Yeah, he hasn't had a champ since George St. Pierre, but he's a good coach. He understands fighting and he understands MMA, and he's going to develop another champion. It's hard. It's not easy. I think we'll have another Canadian champion before the end of this decade. Or the next 5 years, we're going to have another Canadian champion. GSP wasn't a fluke. You know, we're going to have another one. Oh, man. Yeah, let me massage the bad leg. Yeah, halfway through, the cigar is still fabulous. Still a great cigar. Highly recommended. That's what I like about this massage gun is like if you add some pressure to it, it like instantly increases its the vibration speed. So it's like you don't have to press a button. It actually like will do it for you. Problem like with my knee, I don't think it's an issue of. So I had knee surgery on it, and I think I re-tore it a couple times. And I think there's just like this tissue in there because it hurts like above the knee. It has this like a lot of pain. I just think there's some dead tissue in there. Like I just need that shit like re-scoped or whatever, like taken out again. I think like another knee surgery. Like the actual tendon is healed, but there are areas around the knee that have, I think, just tissue that just needs to be taken out, like because it hurts. Like there's just pain above, like right here above the knee. Love that cigar, guys. That is a very, very good cigar. I'm shocked how good it is, and I'm shocked that this other cigar review guy gave it such a negative review that he like didn't even want to smoke it. He thought it was so bad. I just think he was just off. He just didn't age it, didn't smoke it properly. And there is a formality to this. Like there is a process to it. Let me go get another beer. No one's there. Yeah, you just can't grab a cigar out the cello that they sent you. He got them for free, that son of a bitch. I'm jealous of that. I pay for all my cigars, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, it is what it is. Throw the beers down. Oh, let me get the lens cleaner. While I'm here, oh, I should have put the goddamn, I have this other lens cleaner right here. There's not a lot of it there. I got another product review. I bought the Zeiss lens cleaner. With Zeiss lenses, if anybody knows, they make great lenses, right? They make great film, camera lenses, eyeglasses. Zeiss, like their glass and their lenses are fabulous. And there's the Zeiss lens cleaner, which I purchased. Right, so I purchased that. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, it's good. Oh, it still hurts. Like, I'm gonna survive and make work tomorrow. I just don't know if I could do the same kind of work I've been doing 5 days a week with my knee the way it is. Honestly, guys, I'm very aware of what my physical capabilities are. That's why I don't skateboard anymore. Like in skateboarding, you have to do all the time in order to be sort of capable at it. And I just had to quit because just the knee was too weak. I was like too worried that just one injury, then I'm not going to have any work and I'm not going to fucking have any money and a place to live. Right, so yeah, so I use this stuff. This stuff's expensive. If you could find it. This lens cleaner. It's meant for like camera lenses and stuff. This was the best shit. So you got glasses, and you can find this brand. If you can find it, buy it. Yeah, that stuff's good. That Kleintronics, what is it called? Kleintronics. Yeah, I used this for like a year already. That bottle's lasted me about a year, if not longer. And that's the best stuff. Whoa. Yeah, there's some soupiness there on this lens. What is that? Is that a crack? Huh. I need to do these lenses, put them in like a little steamer. There we go, that's much better. Wow. That's like night and day. It's like the cloth is dirty. The cloth has too many oils in it. I'm gonna wash the cloth. Or just get me a new one. There we go. There we go. Excellent. I had 2 people watching at some point. Final third. We're not at the final third. This cigar is burning really good. Not at the final third, but close to it. The burn on it is fabulous. Highly recommended, guys. 9.3. Dad's Home Movies from Punch. Classic brand. The Punch Cuban are good. The Punch fucking Dominican are good. Ow. Yeah, something's wrong. Ow. Ugh. Yeah, that area has like constant pain. Right here, just above the knee. And I keep it at the lowest setting. And I don't actually apply a lot of pressure. I just sort of keep it at the lowest setting and go to those areas with the pain and just rotate it a little bit. Yeah, my knee's fucked. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. We're gonna have to go part-time doing this job. Ow. Still no one in the chat. Still no one in the chat. I know you could hear me. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like me. Oh my god. Fabulous, 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 guys. Fabulous. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna ask maybe if I could do part-time, do 3 days a week, and then if I feel up to it, then I'll do that, fourth and fifth day, or even 4 days a week. See if we could do something like that. I doubt it, but we're gonna see. We'll see. I'll ask. All they could say is no. There's a little fissure there in the leaf right now, which I saw before, and I mentioned it's gonna get through that. Again, I wondered, like, which is surprising. Like, this may not have been like their most premium tobacco, but it has premium flavor, right? Like, so I'm not worried about the construction a lot, and like why I thought like it tasted light. Right now that we are definitely on the final third, and I saw these big veins, right? Like there's these big veins in it. Like it isn't the most uniform. Like even initially, it wasn't like seemed like the most premium leaf that you could get, but I've never been to Ecuador. And the Ecuadorian leaf, the Ecuadorian tobacco, like I've been to Nicaragua and I've visited Nicaragua, and you could see how rich, man, like that part of the country is. The coastal part and other parts of Nicaragua suffered during their war, just like El Salvador. As far as El Salvador doesn't make very good tobacco, and Mexico should make some of the best tobacco, at least in North America. And actually getting great tobaccos everywhere. Indonesia, Sumatra, Cameroon in Africa. Really the only, like even the United States, like our Connecticut was a great Connecticut. And I think Drew Estates is making their Florida Connecticut. Like are they the last, or H. Upman, are they the last tobacco farmers, creators here in the US? I don't know. That's an interesting plane. It's an American. That's a nice newer plane. The 737. Like America is not growing tobacco right now, even though we have certain areas, definitely in the South, where we're growing the cigarette tobacco, but we could definitely grow cigar tobacco. There's definitely the climate there and the land to do it, but I think still the better land is in other places. In the Caribbean, El Caribe, in Central America. That's why the New World cigars are just killing it right now. Nicaragua, Honduras, Ecuador, Brazil. Like Brazilian cigars, like Brazilian tobacco is just fabulous. People they just skip it. Like nobody really discusses how good the Brazilian tobacco is. Brazil. That's a big plane that I don't see. Brazil. Oh, all of them make, Guatemala. Like we don't get a lot of the Guatemalan cigars. They make great tobacco probably in Guatemala. Yeah, it's going to blow through that little fissure. It's going to blow through that. I made that thumbnail, guys, that cigar is actually AI generated. I just said like, hey, I need a smoking cigar in an ashtray. And then it gave me that photo, just generated a photo of a cigar. And then I put the this band on it. Like I took copied the photo of it and then pose the band on it so it looks like it was the cigar, and it really worked out well because the colors of the cigars really match. So that was some not Photoshop, but some Canva action. My God, so fucking good. This cigar is so good. I'm amazed that it is this good. Again, I thought it was a novelty. Man, This cigar, and I have a preference to that broadleaf, right? I love the Cameroon, the broadleaf, because that jungle and the flavor that I'm looking for, that sweet. This one isn't plantain. It has a more of a little slight milk chocolate, but it's close to that plantain, man. It's close to it. It's a little too sweet almost. You know, I'm amazed at how much sugar there is on this cigar, in this tobacco here. For what it is, the quality of what the tobacco is, which I think is a little lower of a quality, the flavors, the aromas, no pepper, no spiciness. Another cigar you could give to a novice or somebody that smokes cigars a long time, and they're gonna like it. Real news. Yo, real news. Everything's good. Everything's good. The knee's hurting. Everything's good otherwise, man. We're here smoking a $12 cigar, $10, $11 cigar. Had to take the day off today because my knee, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't go to work tomorrow the way my knee was. Like, I wouldn't be able to walk tomorrow. So I had to take a day off. And then I'm off for a couple of days, and hopefully that's okay. But everything's going good, man. Could be better. Could be better. Things could definitely be better. But hey, your AJ McKee got smoked, didn't he? I didn't watch the fight. I didn't actually watch the fight. I saw that he lost because I put him in a parlay, and I lost that parlay, so I know he lost. And I really think that AJ McKee was overall the better MMA fighter, but obviously that wasn't the case, and I don't know. And again, I didn't watch the replay of that fight yet, of what went on. I'll probably watch that after I smoke the cigar, go inside, and then I'm going to watch that. But thanks for joining me, Real News. Always good to have somebody in the chat like yourself, man. Hope everything is good with you, but I am the About Better, and you are about better too. If you made it this far, you are about better. Real News, what do you think of, what is our, here's a question for Real News, because Real News is in Canada. Who is the best up-and-coming or existing Canadian fighter that has a chance? Because I know this guy in PFL won. Like, we have a Canadian PFL champ. But who is the next Canadian potential UFC champion? That's a question for you. Yeah. Oh, with a couple hockey games. Hockey's starting, yeah. Hockey's preseason's already starting. But Real News MMA, going to MMA, we need to find the next Canadian superstar. And why haven't they done a Ultimate Fighter Canada? Or did they do it before? It's been a while. Why haven't they done it recently? Who's the best Canadian fighter in the UFC right now? Yeah, Johnson. I was watching that fight. He was getting tagged up, and then he tagged Sue Jerry and got a takedown, and that was the end of it. I didn't see the end of the fight. I was working. I work on weekends, so I watch like minutes of the fight when I'm in my truck and on to the next task that I got to do. And I was like, man, Johnson was going to disappoint me again. And I didn't bet on Johnson because him being the favorite, and I knew he would be the favorite. And you say Halifax has a couple guys. There's a Renzo Gracie gym in the PEI that has some good fighters. In FLA, Fight League Atlantic, they're kind of green, but makes a few good guys. And there's Gavin Tucker has, in there. Gavin Tucker, yeah, but like right now, there isn't one, and I think it's going to come from TriStar. Like, we haven't seen it yet. There's going to be a Canadian kid that comes in the TriStar that is with Faraz Sarabi, and he's going to make another champion. That's my opinion. Like, good people, good coaches. You need coaches. People disagree with me like that you don't need coaches because you look like Joaquin Buckley and some of these fighters lately that don't need they already have like a great athletic pedigree, that they don't need the coaching. I disagree. Buckley's going to have his limit. Like against a striker, he's going to be fine, but he's going to face like somebody that's well-rounded, and he's going to get worked. He's just not championship caliber. He just doesn't have. Yeah, he says Tucker is coaching. Yeah, it takes coaching, man. Like you can't go at life even itself. Like that's why I have the life coaches and they have mentors. You can't go at these things. Like I think myself, I've suffered from that myself. That like when I'm with a good mentor, like a good sales manager, and I'm good with good management, I perform really well. Like I excel and produce for them because they provide me with the tools and the coaching, the environment to really do well. And I don't necessarily need that, but I need it to be very successful. I'm successful, period, in terms in a minimal way. But if they want, if I need that ultra sort of output, you need coaches, right? You need somebody helping you. And a lot of these fighters don't have coaches anymore. Like look at Mike Perry. Mike Perry is a great example of that. Like if Mike Perry was in actually like a school where he actually had accountability, where he actually had somebody that was like, look at like what happened to Mike Tyson when he lost his coach. He went to jail. He started brawling. He started biting people. Right when he lost Gus D'Amato, his coach, his life crumbled. His structure failed and his foundation fell underneath him because he no longer had that person that was his foundation. And these coaches do more than coaches. That's why like Diego Sanchez was like, for whatever criticism you might give to his fucking cult leader bastard, whatever, that provided something that Diego knew he needed. Like Diego knew he needed that kind of cult leadership. That he needed somebody that was going to provide that emotional support, that spiritual, fill the spiritual void with him, or share the spiritual aspect of life with him. And that's why like Trump is successful, somewhat. What was that? You know, I gotta put my sweater on. Let me get a sweater over here. It's getting a little chilly out there. Is my shit still on? Yeah, it's still on. Look at Grant Dawson. His win this weekend. You know, and the coaching, that's the best part of American Top Team. It just isn't the partners that you have there. It's the coaches, guys that have been in MMA themselves, that have the diversity. That's you got to give a lot of credit. American Top Team is probably one of the most underrated training facilities in the world. Like they have all the top people, right? Like they have all these great coaches there. Right? They have all these great coaches there. And yeah, I'm pretty sly with hiding my bad beer, aren't I? Yeah, they have all the top coaches there. And did I get these with the duel? I did. I don't even see it. Good sign. It went out. And when it goes out, we still toast it. We're not smoking that butane. Give it a little toasting. But real news, that's my project for you this week, and that's my project. We're gonna do some tape study. And we're gonna find the next potential UFC champion from Canada. There's this guy who trains out at Team Alpha Male, right? What's his name? He's a striker. He's got potential, but I don't think he's got potential as a champion. Although there's hope, because there's guys like Max Holloway and Volkanovski and O'Malley that have made it to the championship caliber without like wrestling. So a striker can get there. Like, look at Adesanya, right? Look at Pieta, right? There is this oncoming, or this thing now, that strikers, even in MMA, can dominate. It's a reality now. Is that, that's takedown defense, and a lot of it is their bodies. Dylan Shepard. Yeah, well, thanks for mentioning that, real news. Let's look at Dylan Shepard. I'm gonna do a little tape study on the guy, and I'm gonna do a little live piece or a separate piece. If you mention any other names in this stream, I'll write them down, and I'll make a little short of like their fights, and like cut it up, and like if you have anybody else that you know of, we'll do some shorts of upcoming Canadian. That's real news. That's content you should be making yourself, bro. Like, I'm gonna do it, but you should be making it. You know what I mean? You know the guys. You're the real news. Like, make a little short. Like, it's very easy. You could do it on your phone. You don't have to have the software I'm doing. You make a little short, like, and you like clip a few of their fights, just their names, with some music, with some highlights of their fights. Boom, 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 and you make a little short like that. And you build up your own channel. You build up what you're doing. So, but I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna check out his fight, and I'm gonna check out the other fighters you mentioned, or anybody else that you might mention. It'd be a nice little short, like, a thing, and I think it's a good thing, because there's no way, dude. I lived in Canada. Canada has a lot of tough people. I be walking around. They don't, I'm a street dude, and Canada has a lot of tough people, Indigenous people. A lot of dudes from the interior that are tough. A lot of people over there from where you're from, on the East Coast of Newfoundland, that are, my boy Kyle, like, from Newfoundland, hella tough guy. Like, you don't want to mess with Kyle and the dudes from Newfoundland, because they're just zombies. They're like Irish guys. They're like those Irish fucking gypsies, man. And you don't want to mess with those people. Canadians, just in general, very strong people. And they could brawl, they could scrap, and they're not bad wrestlers either. Of course, they don't have like the big wrestling pedigrees or the schools that are here, but they could scrap, and I'd like to do a little piece on that, just because I have an affiliation. I've got Love Canada, Man, this cigar is so fucking good. We're finally almost there at the final near nub. The draw is fabulous now. The macadamia is there. I sense a little of that, like, ammonia finish. There's a little bit more. It's getting a little, not spicy, but it is there. Well, man, that chocolate. Like it's turned more into chocolate instead of milk chocolate now. It's richer, it's deeper, the draw's better. Like the finish on this cigar is fabulous, guys. 9.5. This is really turned out to be like one of the sleepy best cigars I've had in years. Like I really like smoked this. I was like, oh, let's just smoke that cigar, get it out of the way. No one likes it. Everybody thinks it's horrible. You know, like got bad reviews and blah 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 blah. And then I smoke it, and it ends up being like one of my favorite cigars that I've smoked. And actually, all the cigars I smoke are pretty damn good. This is better than La Flor de las Antillas. I haven't, the Stillwell like is there. Like that's one of my favorites so far of this year. The Stillwell 32 or 26 or whatever that I smoked before. That you look at the content. This is up there as like, and I'm just surprised. Yeah, Real News, like I mentioned, I'm going to do a short. I want to do a little short on up and coming Canadian fighters. So I'm going to take the names that you've mentioned here in the chat, or if you want to like mention any more, I'm going to put those out there. Yeah, I mean, here's where you have an advantage of that, Real News. Like if you have a local scene and a guy coming out of the local scene, next thing you know, he's in the Contender Series, like that's good information. You know what I mean? Like you've seen him fight for a while. So now he's in the Contender Series and he might be an underdog. Like that's when you know, or even a favorite, that's when you make your play. You're like, dude, this guy's a beast. He's destroying people in this league here in Canada. And I've watched 4 of his fights, and I've seen him fight all those 4 fights against like decent people. That's when you lay down, like even if it's a minus 195, you put down the $500. You know what I mean? You put down the $500 to make 250. You know, that's when you do that. That's the importance of research. You know, I went with my guy against Ngannou because he's 7 straight KOs. Ngannou came off a fucking KO, getting KO'd, hadn't fought in 3 years. So I bet against Ngannou. It was a mistake, yeah. This weekend, do I like anybody in 308? Who's in 308 this weekend? That's not Holloway's, and I'm scared to bet Holloway. Who's this weekend? Let me look. I didn't have anybody. I haven't like. I'm not feeling anybody. Like that's the way I'm also betting now. If I'm not beyond the feeling, if I like LZ Reed, I should have bet the house on. I didn't like her minus 198 number, but I should have bet that number. It's one of those things, just like the Canadian. I knew LZ was going to kick her ass, and she did. And I should have bet her, but my buddy was like, "Oh, don't bet women's MMA," and I'm like, "I always bet women's MMA." Let's see here. Where is that? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Bruno Silva at plus money. Victor Hugo, my guy that I brought out against Farid Basharat. I like, you know, dude, Farid is way overpriced at minus 625. And if that's the guy, the Victor Hugo, I'm thinking, I like Farid Basharat. Both of those 2 guys that I actually put out, I actually, on my channel, picked them as like up and coming, you know, new fighters. Like we're talking about, like trying to talk with Canada. Like I put those guys out there. Right? So we have 2 people that are facing each other that I thought was very high on. But No, I mean, the only person that I really see as being a decent dog is Rafael dos Anjos. You know, I'm willing to take a dog there at Rafael dos Anjos. Like, he's not done. He's gonna be fighting a bigger guy, but Dos Anjos wrestling is underrated. His grappling's underrated. His jiu-jitsu's underrated. His boxing's underrated. And I get it. He's going to be the much smaller guy against Jeff Neal, but at those prices, that's the only person. And Dan Ige against Lerone Murphy. Dan Ige at plus 210. You know, that's what I'm willing. Is this the weekend? Max Holloway? Yeah, it is. I was on Holloway, but I'm Holloway. It would have been better at that. He was at like plus 260, like a couple weeks ago. And Robert Whittaker is another dog. Like, but if I'm gonna make a bet, it's gonna be, and I like Petrosian against Shara too, but it's gonna be, I like that plus 250 of Dos Anjos against Jeff Neal. I think that's the best dog play to make this weekend right now. Right now, that's the best dog play to make. I think that's the best one. Jeff Neal is just a striker, great takedown defense, but again, Dos Anjos has super underrated wrestling. His wrestling is so overlooked. And his jiu-jitsu is overlooked too. Like you never get to see it because he's fighting I think Dos Anjos is the play. I would throw at least 20 or 30 on Dos Anjos. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw 30 on Dos Anjos. He's going to be my play, my dog play of the week, even though he is older. I think Jeff Neal is, not going to catch him. He's got a chin. It's been a while since Dos Anjos has been knocked out. I think he's going to get the takedowns. I think he's going to control the octagon. It's only 3 rounds. I'm feeling Dos Anjos. Yeah, but if you feel it could go, it's a 50-50, it should go either way, then the odds should be, you should go for the dog then. Because if it should be an even money fight and you're getting dog money for one guy and it's going either way, take the dog. And if you lose your $30 or $50, that's okay. And it's okay. Just don't bet like $150, $200, $300. You know what I mean? Just, if we're just talking like fucking not a unit, even $100. That used to be my unit. My unit now is $30. I lowered my unit down because I'm still down this year. Like, I'm still down like $1,000. So, and all of that was lost early this year. I've been recouping it little by little, like $30 bets, $100 bets here and there. Like, I've been recouping it, but yeah. I got to, I like Petrosian too. I like Petrosian. Because Shamir's wrestling is overrated, and Petrosian's long and lanky. He's got a decent get-up game. I wish he was at that bigger dog price. I wish he was at plus 230, and then I would jump on him. That's why I'm jumping on RDA. RDA at plus 230, previous champion, good wrestling, good boxing, good jiu-jitsu. All day, guys. Like, all day. I'm gonna put a bet right now. I'm gonna put in RDA for at least $30. And maybe I put another 20 on Petrosian. I like that feel. I feel Petrosian too, but that Shara's got like the hype behind him, and Petrosian is just so inconsistent. And when they say that like fights are fixed, or like, they're not fixed fights. The matchmakers make fights for a reason, and they want Shara to win, right? But if it stays on the feet, Armen Petrosian will piece up Shara. If Shara doesn't get him to the ground, which I know he's going to do right away, Armen will piece his ass up. So I like your Armen. I'm on there too. The two Brunos, yeah, the Brunos. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to bet against Farid Basharat. It's hard. No way. His striking is just so good, and he's good on the ground. I can't do that, right? No way can I. Uh, Bruno Ferreira at that price, no way. I don't care. But oh no, Bruno. Yeah, two Brunos. I thought you meant Hugo, Victor Hugo. That's going to be a do not miss that fight between Farid Basharat and Victor Hugo. Yeah, Bruno Silva. And what was the other Bruno? And Dan Ige, man. Ige at plus 210. Ige's a dog, dude. Ige's a dog. Oh, Arman Sarukian would destroy Petrosian. They're different weight classes, though, aren't they? Sarukian's lightweight, and Arman's middle, right? Yeah, my play this weekend is, yeah, the box shot at that number is ridiculous. Victor Hugo is a dog, dude. That dude is he's the muskrat or whatever. What is it? No, not muskrat. What's the Wolverine? Not the Wolverine. His name, his Spanish name is like a badger. Yeah, the badger. He's a badger. Like he's literally a badger. You know, that's his nickname. Is like he's a dog. He's gonna scrap. Problem with him is like he just scraps. And Farid Basharat, you know, Farid is a very good hammer, not a very good nail, and that's his problem right here. That's where he's in problems, because Victor Hugo's going to attack him. Victor Hugo's going to hurt him, and Farid, once he's hurt a little bit, his fight IQ goes out the door. He becomes more passive. Oh yeah. Yeah, they could both represent Armenia. Armenia is like a weird country, right? Like Armenia, like Armenians are everywhere. Isn't there like is that what the yeah, those are Armenians in California. At UNLV in Las Vegas. In California, where are they in California, all the Armenians? They're in like the fucking up north near Stockton, where all the drugs and shit are at. That fucking near Sacramento, there are a ton of Armenians over there. And Armenians here. I mean, it could be, you know, it could be cool. No, Sarukian though, his wrestling is just so good. And Petrosian, his counter wrestling is not that good, but his submission defense is good. But his counter wrestling, everybody just wrestles him. You gotta take him down and keep him there. So he's a live dog too. But out of all the dogs there, I like Petrosian. I like Dos Anjos, and I won't be on Victor Hugo against Basharat. I think Basharat will win that out by decision, like you mentioned. And but if I'm gonna place a bet, it's gonna be on Rafael Dos Anjos against Jeff Neal, because Jeff Neal isn't ready for that wrestling. I think people just don't realize how good fucking Rafael Dos Anjos wrestling has gotten. Like, he's not putting on the signet and the fucking head things, but I don't know how he learned it, how he learned his wrestling so good, but his wrestling is just up there. It's just so good for MMA. And his boxing's good. And yes, he's up there in age, but Jeff Neal's not a spring chicken either. So, yeah, money-wise, Rafael Dos Anjos is my pick for this weekend at plus 250. Armin's only plus 140. If Armin and Petrosian were plus 250, I'd throw a 50 and a 50. I'd throw a 50 and that, right? And then I like Dan Ige at that plus 210 against Lerone Murphy. Ige's like so underrated. Like, he's just such a tough guy. I'm glad you came in, Real News, so we could talk MMA. Do not parlay Chimaev. Do not bet against Whitaker. Stay away. Is dog or pass? Is dog or pass? We don't know. We haven't seen Chimaev in years. We don't know what his condition is. It's dog or pass there. Do not bet against that. Do not put Chimaev in fucking parlays. It's not worth it for the price. We already have like a couple dogs. Just bet on those dogs. They're like, you're better off just doing the plus 140 on Petrosian of whatever you're betting at one play. Because you're putting Chimaev with who to get to plus 140, right? And you're not even going to get there in the plus 140. You might get the plus money, but why would you do that? You just play one of your dogs and bet and stay strong on that dog rather than parlay Chimaev as a favorite. You know, it's like there's no logic to that. And yes, I basically only bet. That's not true. That's not true. If you're so strong on Chimaev, bet him on the money line. Like Chimaev on the money line is only. Chimaev is only. No, minus 245. Yeah, you can't bet it on the money line. It's too rich. Minus 245. Yeah, you'd have to parlay him, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put him in there. I hope the Chimaev era ends and Whitaker gets his chance of getting another title shot, right? Because Whitaker can't beat Adesanya, but he could beat the other fighters. You know what I mean? Like Whitaker, even though he did lose already to a couple of them, putting him back in the title picture, maybe they won't do it. The UFC isn't going to do it, even if he beats Chimaev. They want to make, basically, Chimaev, if he wins, he's getting a title shot. If Whitaker wins, he's not getting the title shot. He's going to have to beat somebody else again, another gatekeeper, another tough person, or somebody that loses, you know, the title, right? And like maybe he gets Strickland again or someone else, but yeah, Whitaker's fucked. Whitaker's in a bad situation. Bad situation. But thank you, Real News, for coming on in, man. I appreciate it, brother. Get the fight discussion going. A little late in my cigar review. This is a great cigar, by the way. Oh, I don't know what that other cigar reviewer was fucking thinking when he said this is a horrible cigar. This cigar is fucking good. Last beer of the night. Last beer. We're gonna have one more beer. Smoke the nub. I'm gonna stay live with you guys for a little bit because we haven't finished the cigar. That way I finish the cigar. I've learned that when I drop the stream, then I'll drop the cigar. Even though it deserves to be smoked, I won't smoke the rest of it. All right. That's it. Yeah, we'll drop the stream once I finish the cigar and yeah, let's see what Chimaev we see. And it's going to be a good card. I think the card overall is like really, really good. Really good card, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't put Chimaev in a parlay. Don't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it. I might change my pick. I might like balk out. I have yet to jump on Dos Anjos, so keep me in there. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know. Like I'll do a short or something if I'm on Dos Anjos at the end of the week. I'm gonna consult with Joey and see what Joey thinks of that pick. Right. What? Oh. Whew. Yeah, Renat. What is Renat at? Yeah, he's Chimaev's training partner, right? Renat. I don't see him here. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, minus 192. Yeah. I mean, but he might be better to parlay than Kamzat, right? At minus 192. Because Renat's not fighting the same caliber of fighter as Chimaev, right? So if you made it this far, you are about better. Had 2 people in the stream. We are still going to go with this stream here. The knee feels much better. That treatment was good. Yeah, I'll be better tomorrow. Ow. Oh. All right, so at the nub here, it's not as sweet anymore. It has more of that fermented. Yeah, that taste of not menthol, but it is a little more pungent. Like the sweetness is dissipated, the chocolate is dissipated. You know, it's become a stronger, more robust smoke that doesn't have the same flavor set. So you don't have to smoke it to this nub. So the nub of this particular Dad's cigar, Dad Bod cigar, is not that good. I bet that's what that like some of these people were tasting initially, because now it's there. The heat set in. It got to that point where it's still not strong. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. This is the gun. It's a gun. Cut the stream off, YouTube. It's a gun. YouTube doesn't like my live streams with my weapons. This is a weapon right here. Look at this. Bam. This one's not bad. The Toloco. There are other ones out there. A lot of people have been buying this one. I think this one's okay. I'm keeping it. And I have it on the lowest setting. The lowest setting is a Type-C charger. It's heavy though. That's the only problem I don't like about it. And I think they all are that way. Who knows how long the battery lasts? Like, part of the thing that sucks about this thing is like holding it. You're holding it and you're like, your hand hurts. But if you made it this far, you are about better. Hey, Real News, thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate everything I said. Let's work on that project. I need to do that this week. Up and coming Canadian fighters. My email, I don't know. Do I have my email like listed in the like comments section? Send me some other, or just comment on this stream of any other Canadian fighters you might think of. And I'm going to make a content of up and coming Canadian fighters. I'm gonna do like a little research on that shit, because man, my knee's feeling much better with after that ice and with this thing. Guys, ice treatment. These are on Amazon too. These gel packs. This one is the Mojidity or whatever, Mojidity. Really good. I've had this thing for years. For the knee. Awesome. Or shoulder. No, I don't have Twitter. I don't do Twitter. I only do YouTube. I don't even stay on Facebook anymore. But if you made it this far, you're about better. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this stream. If you've made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate everybody here. The cigar review and the cigar impression 9.3 for the Dad's Home Movies by Punch. Fucking fabulous cigar, guys. Fabulous cigar. Don't have to smoke it to a nub. It doesn't have the same flavor set. It's burning a little hot on the nub, but the first like 4/3 of it are fantastic. The nub is more pungent, little tough on it, but still highly recommended. If you made this far, you're about better. I appreciate everybody coming in. Real News, thank you so much. God bless you. Hopefully everything's going to be good with you. Keep doing what you do. Let's do well on our bets this weekend. Be smart on what you're betting. Bet only what you can. Be smart about what your bets are. Don't always listen to all these streamers and all these other people with their cigars and their bets, except if it's Roberto Lopez, the bout better. Your boy, coming with you with all the best cigar reviews, beer reviews, and MMA picks.